Oh my lordy. We've looks like we've jumped to the gun here a little bit on this recording slash in-house game that I'm gonna go ahead and cast. When I got up, it was like I thought I was gonna be struggling to get an in-house going since I usually start around 11. Right now it is 12:38, so just past midnight EST. However, as you can tell by this long list of people who are angrily messaging me that the game is full, we can, I think, go ahead and say that things are going to get going here. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but Barnabas will be co-casting this, and maybe he can shed a little bit of light into the madness that is my brain when I cast for the first time in the morning. Usually I'm not firing on all cylinders until I get some coffee in me, and today you may be shocked. You may be a little horrified, but coffee machine's broken, so yeah, there you go. That's what happens when you have a 63-year-old coffee maker. I just like the taste, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead. Mumble always lags on Reddit.
Where are we going?
Hey Barnabas, join the stream chat room too, okay? Alrighty then. So, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going good.
So for those of you who don't know Barnabas, I don't know how the hell I have 6 stream viewers when I just turn it on. Usually it sits at 1 or 2 and then skyrockets up to about 10 after 2 hours.
You had 11 when you turned it on for that ARAB last night.
Oh, really? That's pretty good. Hey Gab, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Are you gonna shout at me for not letting you get in? I want to see your jacks.
No, I'm just gonna creep.
Oh, okay, cool.
Dude, it's pretty scary.
It is. So anyway, I was gonna say, for those of you who don't know Barnabas, he's the guy who likes to troll me by starting with the green pot. And there's a hilarious YouTube video on Milkcast, youtube.com/Milkcast, of his a glimpse into the madness of the man that is Barnabas and the reasons he likes to start green pot. Maybe if you're, a psychology major, you're working with the DSM-IV, you're going to be able to kind of analyze exactly what his thought process is. But I think up until now he has eluded modern medicine. No one really knows what goes on inside that brain of his. So maybe now that he's in a co-casting position, we're going to see exactly what the hell he's all about. Think that's accurate? A little bit of BM.
It's pretty accurate. I mean, I definitely have a different outlook on starting items than the meta turns to go. I mean,
you should call someone a meta sheep. You should call someone.
Reward.
Call them meta sheep.
No.
Oh, just playing 2.
Oh, hi, Megs.
The picks?
This is I got my co-caster gang going on this game. This is sick. I'm never gonna miss the mini map. You guys could just keep an eye out for me.
So we see purple team, which has 3 members of Team Poop, picking up that Jarvan. So I'm gonna call a kill lane with Jarvan because I know Unmourned and Poopster love to run kill lanes bottom.
We also see Nostalgia Darkly picking up his Fizz. He loves that Fizz.
Yeah. And it's probably going to be Mr. Law's jungling Nocturne because he loves playing jungle Nocturne.
Yeah, we have seen the Riven Jarvan kill lane before from Team Poop, but obviously they are not on the same team as Nostalgia Darkly or Cross Your Stars. Unmourned is on Team Poop, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Unmourned is on Team Poop.
Yeah, I've got a real lot of trouble going over the picks and bans in recent in-houses because it's it's so much easier to just go over the final team comp, because in these in-houses people will troll you nonstop. You being one of them, Barnabas, with your revive surge.
I actually
run seriously though.
I run Revive Surge on Orianna because my build lets me get back into the fight really quickly, and Surge is really good on Orianna. I feel Surge is really underrated, to be honest.
Don't even start. People are gonna be watching this stream. You did Surge Volley Bear. Oh god, he did all kinds of stuff.
Surge is really good on Volley Bear. Like, it synergizes really well. That was actually a test though.
Surge Orianna I could see. Because she's not a burst caster. And burst
I run
casters
AP
kind of want
Oriana.
that. Yeah, I know. I just god damn it. Fucking
Surge
Baranabas.
is
You make my life so difficult. You know that.
Surge is not good on AP Oriana at all. Like, I'm not even gonna
Right,
advocate running Surge on AP Oriana.
But AP Oriana is not a burst caster. She's a sort of utility. She wants a bit of cooldown reduction. So even if you're building her as like a traditional mage, you're generally doing it because you want the sort of utility of a bigger shield and things. It's like she's more about the cooldowns and the utility than she is about straight burst damage. She's not someone like a Ziggs or a Brand.
Like, a Surge Oriana could be okay in team fights, but it's like in lane. In lane, if you use Surge, like, they know you're all-inning them right there. Whereas, if you have Ignite and you're trading with them, right, and then, like, you're like, I'm gonna all-in this guy, you're trading with them, and they don't know that you're all-inning them. They're just like, oh, they're trading me, so they're trading back, they're taking damage, and then you throw the Ignite on them, and it's like, you get the kill. Know that you're all-inning them. And
so that is actually, to be honest, Brennimus, that's the highest Elo thing you've ever said. I love it. It's like exactly when Baranabas actually analyzes the situation, it's amazing. I won't lie.
What it really is that
I'm
when
pretty
people
turned on
accuse him of trolling with Surge, he actually thinks of a reasonable argument.
So you're saying that he's been coming up with that argument for the past month?
Yeah, because Sinister's been on his ass about that.
Oh, okay.
Sinister. I actually had somebody rage quit one of Sinister's game because I took Oriana with
Green Pot and Surge.
No, just with Surge Revive, and he's like, Baranabas is trolling me, and he quit the game.
Wow. I remember when Gab rage quit the game when I lost to Megs Shavana up top. No, I'm kidding. All right.
I think half the game rage quit after that.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna go over in the remaining minute. Gonna go over the final picks that we see here. It is gonna be a Corki and likely the Taric down bot, Jungle Alistair, and Akali top. Akali mid, Gangplank top. For purple team, we are going to see probably the Riven, Jarvan kill lane, bot lane, which they have been known to run. Nostalgia Darkly likely to pick up Fizz in the middle, and Kale going to be running top. Nocturne in the jungle. So once again, that will be Nocturne scoring off against Alistair. Alistair with harder, more CC, so kind of higher utility ganks. However, Nocturne with much better clear times, jungle control, sustain, recovery from counter jungling, and damage. Down bot, we do see Corki Taric, and we shall see exactly how they kind of manage the kill lane. If they can survive and outscale, then of course, things are likely going to go in favor of blue. Akali against Fizz should be a little interesting, and then Kale up top against the Gangplank. Any thoughts on that, Baranabas? Or I guess Gabs or Megs, because you guys are in here too for some reason.
I like the Corki pickup because unlike the Pantheon Jarvan lane that we see them run sometimes, whereas Pantheon has the instant range stun, albeit short range, it's still a range stun. Riven stun has to be pretty much in melee range. So Corki can see Riven coming at them, and pretty much short of a flash stun, Corki can Valkyrie away, unless they start with the Q combo from Jarvan. So I like the Corki pickup. I also like the Taric pickup because it gives armor. Versus the 2 AD.
Yeah, and about the Taric is that his summoner spells, I don't know if you noticed, but there's no flash, and they're facing a Jarvan. Obviously Jarvan's ultimate would, be pretty useful to have flash. But what's good about those summoner spells is that it gives them such an advantage early game that if you win early game against a kill lane, that kill lane sucks. So it gives them a nice little advantage.
Yeah, Taric is quite decent against kill lanes, especially Jarvan and Riven, which is almost entirely physical damage. If he goes ahead and maxes that Shatter Aura, which gives him sort of that passive, I think it's somewhere in the vicinity of around, I want to say, 30 to 40 armor at level 5. It really is going to reduce the effectiveness and the amount of damage that Riven, Jarvan can throw out. And I actually played a game of a kill lane yesterday. We all ended level 2, as you often do. We picked up first blood, and we were like, this is looking good. But we were against that Taric, and sort of starting around level 5, we found that we just couldn't deal the damage necessary to the enemy Graves. That Graves passive, that Taric passive. So we shall see exactly how Corki handles things. He doesn't have heal up, which might obviously. If you can pick up a kill on the kill lane, you don't really need the heal because you can just use your auto attacks. However, if they fall behind, that lack of a heal is really, really going to hurt them. Both teams, by the way, the supports, neither of them picking up the utility spec Greed. So both teams starting at 2.3k gold. Taric and Taric. Actually, I don't know. Who do you think the support is going to be for red team? Looks like it's going to be the Jarvan.
It's always Jarvan. Whenever they
unless you have a Leo.
Jarvan, it's always Unmourned running.
Is it normal for him to start a Fairy Charm?
He starts Fairy Charm into Philo, and then he goes for a Black Cleaver.
Interesting. Yeah, I do like that Black Cleaver pick, especially if Riven is going to pick up a Yumu's Ghostblade instead of the Last Whisper. Looks like Red is doing a little bit of counter jungling here. They have left behind one small Wraith at Wolves. Akali's actually DC'd. Isn't Banana on your team?
I think she might be AFK. I'm not sure. But this counter jungling is really gonna hurt Alistar because he doesn't have as much single target clearing.
Yeah.
Or it's just the AOE clearing through his passive.
Yeah. Especially
they did
Alistar.
Take the red.
Yeah.
They took all of the red.
Alistar not having the best ability to counter jungle. It looks like he's just gonna go ahead and sit mid and soak up some XP until Akali gets back. Of course, Nostalgia Darkly, we have seen his Fizz before, and it is very, very scary. And actually, he's all-inning here on Alistar. Alistar forced to flash away. Definitely the wise move to flash away, as he certainly would have died to just one more auto attack there. But now the problem is, he is only level 2. He is forced to pop his health pots. Obviously, once Alistar hits level 3, he can go ahead, put another point in that Triumphant Roar, and start using some innate sustain in his kit. However, until then, he's going to be quite low on health, and it might be the case that he's not going to be able to return to his jungle if Akali comes back. I think Mr. Laws may be doing the good guy thing and not going in to steal the Alistar's jungle. Oh wow, Riven actually gets taken down very low. Looks like they all in there. First blood coming out of Corki, and it looks like he's going to get another kill with that Ignite. Ooh, but Castro actually taking that kill away with that Dazzle. Not going to be completely ideal, however, of course, a kill and an assist is...
double Ignite right there.
Yeah.
They blew all of their summoners and all in them.
Yeah. And I don't know, we missed it a little bit. I think Corki likely Valkyrie'd away maybe from Riven's initial all-in, and they were forced to go on the Taric. Yeah.
And it started off with the Taric Dazzle on Riven, and they pretty much reversed her down. Jarvan went all in. Taric exhausted and ignited Riven, and they killed her. And then obviously Corki ignited her.
Exhaust. So
oh wow. Yeah. Exhaust.
They might have been different.
Exhaust. By the way, an interesting thing about Corki and Exhaust, his passive, which gives him an additional 10% true damage on auto attacks. Doesn't work on Sheen, which is interesting because Sheen is not technically an auto attack. It's sort of part of an auto attack, but it's not actually part of your auto attack. Oh, by the way, Alistar getting a nice headbutt on Fizz into the mid turret, able to take him down quite low. Is going to really, Fizz of course without that sustain is forced to take his health pots. However, Alistar does have that E to kind of give him a little bit more health, but it was a nice move from Onyxia. He was very low on health, but he was quite fearless. So anyway, Corki's auto attacks, by the way, have a 10% true damage effect, which is pre-mitigation, which means that even if you get exhausted, you are still going to deal that full 10% true damage. It's not reduced by armor, it's not reduced by any kind of flat reduction, and it's not reduced by exhaust. So just a little bit of trivia there for you.
Banana tells me he's back. I really think.
Oh, there we go.
I think the Alistar was saved at the beginning of the game by the simple fact that he is Alistar, because Fizz was expecting an early game, so he leveled his E first instead of his W.
Oh, okay.
So as you saw, he tried E for damage instead of that W, which does percentage damage.
Yeah. I think that was at level 2 where he had his E and his W. However, I think he would have maybe been able to get in an extra auto attack or two had he started with that Q. Looks like some action going down bot, and this is just the power of a AD carry plus support against a kill lane when the kill lane doesn't get that early advantage. Riven forced to go the long way away. Blue team, very wisely, they didn't have vision on Nocturne, and they were like, we might be in a little bit of trouble here, so let's just back off, which is indeed what they did.
Alistar gonna use exhaust.
Jarvan, baby.
Jarvan has a fairy charm. It's really hurting him. He has a fairy charm versus 2 Doran's blades.
He also started with, he went for those boots instead of maybe a cloth armor or something a little bit more about defense. The nice thing about Jarvan in a kill lane is that EQ combo sort of makes up for the lack of move speed you might have, and I don't know if boots were the wise choice. It seems that at this point, Corki is just all inning and able to pick up the kill on Jarvan. So he doesn't really want mobility, which he gets innately from his EQ combo in his kit. Instead, it looks like he wants, maybe a little bit of survivability. However, Corki does have a mixture of physical true as well as magical damage. Magical damage, of course, coming through his abilities, physical through his E ability, his Gatling gun, and his auto attacks, and then true damage from his nice passive. Looks like they're going in there. They are putting down the ignite and the exhaust on top of Riven on top of Jarvan. Fat not quite holding his ground, hasn't used his ignite yet. His Valkyrie is off cooldown.
Nocturne found Alistar in the jungle.
Oh wow, Alistar already actually level 6. Ooh, Akali only level 3. Is able to make it out of that safely, and it looks like at this point, Red Team has really lost their advantage down bot, and maybe a gank from the jungler could really help things out. Alistar is level 6, does have that Philistone, likely going to have a little bit of a gold advantage over the Nocturne if he just kind of keeps farming, because he does have that GP5. However, Mr. Law is going to get caught out in the river here. I don't think he realizes exactly how strong the enemy team is. The ignite goes down. He wasn't able to spell shield that stun from Taric. I think it came out of the brush, so he didn't have the reaction time to go ahead and block that. And that is now going to be a 4-0 lead for Blue Team. About 2k gold in the advantage, and I think really what this game is going to come down to is, Nostalgia Darkly. We've seen him on Fizz before. It was horrifyingly strong late game. He just went around one-shotting all the squishies. And I think it's all going to come down to, can Akali kind of hold her own in this lane? Or does she just go ahead and feed this Fizz a little bit? She is, 2 levels behind, 20 CS.
Yes.
30 CS, sorry. So it could be
another thing. Alistar, despite being in lane the first 6-7 minutes of the game, was still behind Nocturne in CS. So Nocturne was able, even though Nocturne ganked a couple times, Nocturne was able to keep up with Alistar in CS.
Yeah.
I don't know when he got that Philo Stone, so I don't know how big of an impact it's going to make.
There's a tiny gold lead for Alistar, about 250 gold right now. He's got the confidence to sort of start counter jungling now, which is nice to see. And it looks like he might also go for a gank up top on this Kale. Sir Poopsmith, I think, really wants to start getting that slowed down with his Grog Soak Blade. There's the E, there's the ulti. Kale might be in a little bit of trouble here. A very nice headbutt knocks her back into the side of her base. She still hasn't used her ulti. She might... No, there's the ulti. A little bit late, I think. However, it's not going to be enough. There's the kill picked up by Gangplank, so a nice job from Astra. Nocturne actually hasn't been part of any kills yet. He has ganked quite nicely, however, other than feeding 1 kill down bot.
Run into Nocturne, Nocturne's red.
Yeah. And Alistar actually gets the Smite Steal off. Level 7 to level 5 on Nocturne. This could be trouble for Mr. Laws because, Alistar does have that red buff, which is going to start slowing him down. A nice flash over and a nice headbutt, almost surely going to pick up the kill there. Akali is going to go down mid to Nostalgia Darkly. She is only level 6, just I think recently leveling up to level 6. And when you have an assassin versus an assassin and one of them's level 8 and the other one's level 6, there's really not a whole lot you can do. Nostalgia Darkly is deciding that he's going to stick around and put a little bit of harass down onto Alistar. However, Alistar graciously returns the favor. And this game, it's a lot closer than I thought it would be. Blue Team actually has a 3k gold lead. Thanks to... Ooh, wow, and actually, Alistar's
going to go down.
Very, very late on that ulti. And missing the headbutt because Nostalgia Darkly was in his playful trickster mode, which does make you sort of untargetable, similar to a Mastery Alpha Strike or something like a Maokai Twisted Advance. So even those AoE non-target abilities will not hit you when you're in that untargetable state. Kali actually going in on the Nostalgia Darkly, however, I don't think that that's the right idea. Oh, although she did get that Ignite off, and the Ignite was able to take him down. A nice drop from Nocturne to secure that kill. I don't think Akali would have gone down in that Shroud with that nice magic resist she gets from that Shroud.
His head is E up too, but he just didn't have enough mana to actually do it.
Oh, wow.
To escape the Ignite. I don't know, actually I don't know. I know Vlad, when he's pulled, he takes Ignite damage. I'm not sure about Playful Trickster.
I think it's only...
I think he does take damage, he's just untargetable. Same way as Vlad.
Yeah, but the thing is, there are very few skills in this game which will let you apply new damage in that. So if you have like the Ignite down on you, you're gonna take damage. If you if you have a Fiddlestick Strain on you, you're not going to take damage, but something like a Karth Assault can be blocked.
So the thing about Akali is she gets countered really hard by champions that can do damage to her while she's in her shroud. And I think Nostalgia Darkly knows this, so he's leveling his E first.
Yep, I was just about to say that. Oh no, Poopster baby. Oh, and he's back. Looks like one of those.
He's getting DDoSed again by me.
He's getting DDoSed. Everyone go. I don't know. Does he have a stream or something we can DDoS?
I don't know.
For those of you who don't get that reference, oh yeah.
And he's leveling his E.
Yeah, no, definitely
so
smart play from Nostalgia.
Into her shroud and do lots of damage to her.
Yeah, that E actually dealing around.
We got a gang
wow,
going top,
340 damage.
start headbutting Kale.
Oh wow, that looks like it might be a kill there. And meanwhile down bot, the stun does go down on a Jarvan down bot. Nocturne not going to be in range to actually use that second tick of his ulti to get in there. And we do see Corki already with a BF sword and 830 gold in his inventory. Probably going to maybe want to pick up Dragon and then go back for... oh wow, Fizz actually...
Alistar blows ult.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a little late on the ulti last time. Sometimes, you know, you don't really know when to use it until it's too late. And especially if Fizz has that E, which is all, you know, it's burst damage, it can be a little bit difficult to know exactly when you should press that. Looks like, press that ulti button. Looks like blue team did pick up a 12-minute and 40-second dragon, so we are going to see that respawning at around the 18-minute mark, 1840. Akali just taking so much damage from this, oh wow, and you can see about a quarter of her health going down every time Fizz uses this E. Right now it's dealing...
Killed her.
270 plus 77. He did have his ulti up, but I think maybe he is. Alistar was standing on a ward, which did scare him away. Alistar going to go back, pick up what looks to be the makings of a Sheen, as well as a Heart of Gold. Alistar, ooh wow, also mobility boots being picked up on Onyxia. I don't know, I might want to have seen the Merc Tres. Oh wow.
Jarvan dunking on Corki bot lane, but he's just going to get blown up by Corki Taric.
Yeah. I don't know if you know the movie, you know, Watchmen. The quote is, "I'm not stuck in here with you, you're stuck in here with me," spoken by Rorschach in a jail scene, and that is pretty much the definition of what's going on bot lane.
Nocturne at Alistar's blue.
Yeah, he has that red buff. Nocturne is forced to use his exhaust. Ooh, if Akali can pick up either a kill or an assist here, it's going to be huge for her. Almost certainly going to go ahead and do that. Kale.
Oh man.
Yeah, Kale just kind of sitting around up top farming that lane. It's going to be interesting. Maybe, you know, red team does not have vision of this this enemy blue buff here, but it's not really a whole lot that they're going to be able to do about it. Fizz is mostly, you know, he's entirely melee. He does have to get in melee range to put down all his damage except for his ulti. So unless he's going to want to try and use his ulti for a steal on that blue, which isn't the smartest thing in the world, you know, it's not someone like a Lux or a Ziggs who could kind of, you know, put down a little bit of harass and then finish it off with an ulti. He'd have to time that perfectly, so he is not going to go ahead and try and contest the blue. He knows that Alistar is sort of above him right now. They spot him over to that red buff. Alistar actually putting down a ward. Fizz does go all in, gets the ignite down, gets the ulti down, and that is going to be a kill. It looked like, yeah, it looks like the Akali was being auto attacked by Fizz in that pool. It looks like maybe the shark. Oh, he has a pink ward? I was going to say maybe the shark provides vision. Looks like Alistar is going to escape. Jarvan and as well as Riven were taken down bot lane, and a nice juke from Alistar. I don't know. It looks like he saw Fizz going up on this ward here in the river, and instead just decided to kind of turn around. He's going to soak up a little bit more XP, and oh wow! And once again, headbutts him into the turret, and that is a nice move. He does take a lot of damage from Fizz's E, his Playful Trickster. That isn't the easiest spell to avoid. Mr. Laws did DC.
We see Corki counter jungling Nocturne and taking their blue because they're just such a dominant position bottom lane.
Yeah, if we check out the gold right now, we see 6.2k gold on the AD carry. Jarvan and Riven both with only 2.7k, so that is a 3,500 gold lead for blue team.
Carol flashes out.
Did he already blow his headbutt pole? Yes, he did. He does have those mobility boots, which make him super speedy, and I think he saw Nocturne back off from this red buff without clearing it, so he's going to go ahead and do that. Fizz is too low from this Akali. He's really starting to be able to hold her own, and at least is putting down the harass when She knows that Fizz ulti is down. Ooh, there's the red buff steal. Anexia does find KO.
Kali coming in.
Yeah, Kale needs to be careful not to commit to that, so she does just go ahead and back off. Kale was inbound. Taric just doing a nice job of freezing this lane off the turret for the AD carry. Very nicely done. Ooh, and it is, by the way, the Earthrider Corki makes that delicious Infinity Edge crit noise.
Pink Taric.
Pink Taric. It's nice. It's nice. It's a nice skin. It's the, I believe, the armor of the 5th age.
Yes. So if I'm this Alistar, I want to pick up an Oracle because I know that they have lots of. Because I just want to. You want to enhance your dominance and just destroy all of the map vision they had.
Yeah.
Banana was telling me that.
Wow, and look at that damage down bot on a Jarvan. Those kills only worth 135 gold for Corki right now, as well as the assist for Taric picking up about 100 every time they get the kill. However, right now it's like there's no sense beating a dead horse. They've destroyed that lane, and maybe they want to start using this advantage they've got to group up and kind of force team fights. Force some turrets down. Hoops are gonna get caught in that brush, and wow, doesn't even have a chance to pop the ulti or the shield. Just so dominant from Fat and Castro. I believe they were. I invited Fat. It's the first time we've ever seen him play in an in-house, and he said, "Can I bring my friend Castro?" So it seems that they have it all planned out. Fizz actually using that E. So much damage going down on the Castro. However, he has 178 armor from that Shatter Aura, which he did max first. 30 armor in an AoE is huge. Of course, he loses that armor buff if he pops that Shatter. However, he can pop that Shatter for an armor reduction on the enemies in the AoE. Looks like Jarvan is going to go ahead and head up top. He does find Sir Poop Smith. Is Sir Poop Smith on Team Poop? Is that like a smurf for one of their players? No? It's just a coincidence. Nocturne ulti going down bot. However, not before Fat is able to pick up the kill on Riven, and now Mr. Laws is going to pay for this with his life. The Fat does have that Infinity Edge built up. This is
Alistar coming in top.
Ooh, wow, and a nice. The thing about Jarvan's flag, by the way, a flash in from Anexia gets that red buff slowed down. He's not afraid right now. He does have that ulti popping. It is about to expire, though. It has gone ahead and expired. However, maybe if Jarvan. Say again. Jarvan
Dunk attempt has failed.
He's not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's maybe a, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a lesser
really had going for them is that they have Riven, which unlike Pantheon, Riven can snowball a lot easier while being behind. I mean, we've all seen games where Riven start top lane really behind, but they end up snowballing really hard. But it's just he's 1-5. Jarvan's 0-7. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, this is a 12k gold lead for Blue, just less than 20 minutes into the game. This is the sort of snowball game that we've seen Poopster inflict on their opponents. But that's the thing about the kill lane. It's a gamble. Gangplank does find the enemy Nocturne up top. Ignite goes down. What was that, Megs?
Nostalgia went AFK.
Nostalgia went AFK.
Nostalgia went AFK.
Oh, Nostalgia.
Sorry, I'm leaving now. This game's over.
Uncontested dragon picked up by blue team.
Yep.
Or should I say Team Taric and Corki.
Yep. Actually, if you look at it, 20 kills picked up for blue team right now. Corki and Taric alone have 14 of them.
13. Yeah, 13 of them.
Oh yeah, 13 of them. Thank you. I can't do math.
See if they can catch this Riven again.
Okay.
But Kayla has ult, so they can't really do it. Well,
wow, but just 2.
Oh my gosh.
That damage from Infinity Edge. The Akali Mark of the Assassin procced off. I mean, there really is absolutely nothing that Red Team can do, especially when Nostalgia Darkly is AFK. So it has just passed 20.
It's not much you can do.
Yeah, it has just passed the 20-minute mark. It looks like we might see a little bit of a surrender coming out. This kill lane was a bit of a gamble, and oh my god, they just get destroyed. A nice flash over that wall, combined with the ulti. So much mobility on Akali. Personally, by the way, I was talking about this. A couple friends of mine and I have signed up for a tournament. We're running, we're deciding what kind of team comp we want to run. Akali, I think, quite underrated as a solo top. Looks like Jarvan gonna get killed here up top. Akali and Alistar are kind of.
Nope, he's gonna live.
Oh, and he does in fact. I was like, what are you talking about, Baranabas? I was like, there's no way he's gonna survive, but he did in fact survive with the invulnerability given to him by the surrender vote. So that was a little bit of a snowbally game. Still quite interesting to watch. I think it's the first time we've seen Team Poop have a kill lane which did in fact fail. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. What do you think went wrong? The double ignite?
Played against Fat.
I think the Corki Taric was a very good. I mean, they first picked Corki obviously, so they didn't know there was going to be the kill lane because Fat doesn't play the in-houses as much, so he doesn't know team poop. Like when you see the first pick, I think it was Jarvan they picked up first, you would automatically know they were running a kill lane because that's all they do. But it's like the Corki Taric pickup was just it works so well against the kill lane.
Yeah.
Because they're bruisers, so they're a little tanky. But Corki has 10% true damage and armor shred on his abilities. Well, the true damage is his basic attacks, but he has armor shred on his E, so it's like the Corki Taric lane countered the counter lane.
Corki Taric is sort of that Team Dignitas style lane bot, right? It's sort of like it's got the elements of a kill lane because Corki has a huge amount of magic burst, and the combination of that magic burst to kind of soften them up, and then the Taric Shatter Aura and the Corki Gatling Gun will reduce a significant amount of the opponent's armor. And pretty much what that means is that once you do that initial burst, you know, so you have that initial burst that makes you hard to kind of poke down. Because if someone like a Graves goes in for a buckshot, Corki can easily match that with his ulti, especially if it's a big one, as well as his Phosphorus Bomb. But then in terms of the sustained damage they do, that Taric with the Shatter Aura and that Corki with the Gatling Gun will really just shred the armor that the opponents have. So I think Dignitas started doing like a Corki Taric Black Cleaver bot lane, and it worked so well. I believe at IPL4 or maybe at one of the IEMs, and it was nice to see Fat and Castro, who I did mention they did do a Q there, I think friends. It really just destroyed the enemy Riven Jarvan. Really snowballed the game in their favor, where they were able to just kind of go into Mr. Lawl's jungle with impunity. 6 deaths on Riven, 6 deaths on Nocturne, and 7 deaths on Jarvan. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this recording. Any last things you'd like to say?
I just want to, on the bottom lane, I don't like going all in with a Riven Jarvan lane at level 2, because I think Riven doesn't shine until she gets all of her abilities. And that might have been what you know, kind of screwed them over, because I didn't see what abilities she got, but I'm assuming her Q and her W, so she didn't have her shield.
Yeah.
So if she misses that W stun on Corki, there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, especially
you
since
can't close the gap on a Corki with just Qs.
Yeah, and especially since without that E to kind of close the distance, she had to maybe use up a couple stacks of her Q for damage. For mobility instead of damage, which does hurt her a little bit. So at any rate, thanks for casting, Brandon. Are you gonna play in this next one or?
Well, it's full, so if you want to cast it again.
Okay, let's cast it again. All right. Well, at any rate. Yeah, for Baranabas, we don't get to see your green pot surge.
I'm a good caster.
You've been doing a fantastic job. You're the yin to my yang.
Talks too much.
Baranabas talks too much. Baranabas talks too little.
No, you talk too much.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Anyway, thanks, Max, for being a little shit to me. I love it when you do that. I love you. Are you playing in this game, Max?
No, it got fucking full, dude.
Wow.
I told you.
2 games in a row.
Starting.
Gab, are you in this game?
I am in this game.
Okay, good. You gotta show me your jacks, okay?
Oh,
wow, and Tree's in this game. Okay, awesome. Well, at any rate, I'm gonna go ahead. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I will go ahead and end this recording, put it up on youtube.com/milkcast. There are about 9 people trying to talk over me. Then again, I'm not really saying anything of value, so I'm gonna go ahead. GG well played. Taric Fat bot lane. Sorry, Taric played by Castro. Corki played by Fat. Excellent job to snowball that game. I'm going to go ahead and say GGWP, end this recording, and move on to the next game. Here we go.